Okay, I'm in West Lumberton. Now, the one thing I want you to realize is that all this water that's over here right now, all this water came from over here. It all went into the Lumber River. All that water came gushing over here. I don't know if you remember previous video with Turner Terrace that just showed where that was just completely underwater. Talking about it's going all the way down to V Point. That's just a point of reference for those that live in Lumberton. I think that's maybe about 2 to 3 miles down from that point. That it's basically all underwater. So from all that water, and the reason why it's all underwater is because water came from over there, and the water that came from over there wind up rushing and now finds itself lying in this area. Now, the thought, the belief, the hope is that this water will go into the canal by the railroad tracks, and just over time dry. As I said earlier, it was nice compared to other mornings. Sun was shining a little bit, but we're still not out the woods yet, because you look now at the skies, you now see there's some rain clouds on the horizon. And the thing about it, these are all places that got flooded out the first time. And my first time, I mean with Matthew. Had some discussion with some gentlemen that lived on the south side just a few minutes ago. They said that it doesn't look as bad. Water's not as high as it was with had the police out here, as it was with Matthew. But I'm sure it feels the same. I may try to go back there and check the levee system. Maybe that's the water treatment facility. They ask people to use water, but not to sparingly use water. Last time Matthew came, the facility was completely underwater. They had to cut off the water, so we're without water for a couple of days. Just pools of water. Really, what you're seeing for some people is pools of water that is washing away their money, washing away, I guess, their profit. You know. Let's try to make it down a little bit further, see what happens. Okay, so I just spoke with someone that was out here when this all happened, when the water. Now, my first thought, and it was my first theory, which this guy is saying is wrong, was that the water came from over the levee system. That's what I was saying. It came from the levee system and traveled over to this side. But he lives on this side, on the right side, where it's dry and there's really just puddles of water. He's saying that none of the water came from over here. He said, you know, that that's not where it came from. That somehow it came from over here. So I want to see if I can walk up here to where the train tracks are, and I want to see maybe if I can see if possibly the water just never came from that way, but possibly came from the train tracks. And if you see how it's located, it's possible that for it to just seek and travel up that way on that one side. But I don't know, I want to see, and I want to go over here to the river also, just to see what that looks like. Go to Lumberton Park, since I'm right here. Just see how that looks out there. Now this is the park. It's closed, so I'm not even going to try to go in there. But you can see that water doesn't look like it's just all around here. Last time this water was just oozing out of those banks. It's actually most of the water came from the rainfall. If it would have come because the river would have overflowed, you would see a bunch of sand up this way. You don't see any sand coming from the river. The playground swing would have sand on the ground around by it. There's no sand around by that playground swing. So, you know that did not overflow, or if it did overflow, it was not that dramatic, drastic. Over here you see small puddles of water, just based off of the fact that this is in a lower area. If water would have rushed, like I thought originally, you would still see huge puddles of water. Like I said, this puddle right here just seems like it came because of the flood. It really doesn't seem like it came because of some dam or levee being overflowed with water. So we're going to head a little bit further up. We're going to go to the train tracks. Instead, I want to see what it looks like there, because that's where they were doing most of the construction, most of that, putting those sandbags and doing all that to try to keep the water from affecting the community. But we know that the community has been affected. So now it's about seeing how much so. All right. So you see, this is where all the water is. So it looks like we're getting to the root of actually where this water came from. That guy was right. So look, we're going to see, and we're going to follow the water along this train track all back here on the west side. If you lived on the left side of the street, when you get to those train tracks, that water hit you. Let's see on the side of this house possibly how far the water was up to at one time, because it looks like it actually made it up to the porch of this house right here. I'm gonna zoom in. Someone has their dog out on the porch. I'm not worried about him because he has a bunch of water he has to go through. So you see where the water's flowing from. Let's look. See, looks like it came up to that porch. This is the way it looks like everyone basically is stopping. The reason why they're stopping is because we have a bunch of water ahead of us. Look at that. So what wound up happening is, looks like the system broke. Some water may have gone that way. You look back there, you can see where there's water down there. But this water, see how the stream is just running it straight down. Where what you have going on is basically it just overflowing the south side of Lumberton. This is crazy. When you just look at the way this is, I'm gonna go over here. Let's see how far down I can go before I get in trouble, or if I get in trouble. Look at that. Having to walk in water. Take some pictures. I won't go down. I won't go down further because you see that rain. It's not rain, but you see how that water is just pouring out. This guy. I don't know what he's doing. Guess he's going down that way. You have people out here. Sorry for the shakiness of the camera. You just see. Look how high the water's gotten.